Everybody and their brother is talking about AI. Here's how to use AI for business marketing. In this video, I'm going to give you the top 6 ways that you can use AI in your business or scale your business without a big budget, giant team, or tons of time. First, we'll talk about the moneymaker, launches. I'll show you how to get your launches done in no time flat with the help of AI. Then I'll show you how to use AI as your content buddy. Next, you'll learn how to keep your business healthy with AI. And finally, I'm going to show you how to solve any business problem with the help of AI. I know it's a tall order, and we're going to do it in this video. So when we think of business marketing, there's a few main areas, and that includes sales copy, launch copy. We have lead magnets, that's opt-in pages, the copy for lead magnets, checklists, things like that, even videos. Then we have using AI for content creation, for social, for Facebook, for Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, things like that. So let's start with AI for sales copy. When you're looking to launch something new, we have launch emails, we have the sales page, we have the thank you page, we have upsell copy. That's a lot of copy to do. Now you could hire a copywriter, and in some cases you might want to do that. But here's the problem with hiring a copywriter. A lot of times people will come to copywriters with unrealistic expectations. They'll say, okay, I'm hiring this copywriter and they're expensive, but I'm hiring them because I know it's going to make my launch work. Problem is that doesn't always happen. And I can tell you that as somebody who's a copywriter, that while I would love to say that 100% of the time we have an amazing launch and we hit it out of the park the first time, that's not always the case, because sometimes the audience isn't clear, the offer's not clear, not from a copy standpoint, but from a business owner standpoint. We might think, as a business owner, we might think my audience wants this one thing. And then when we actually get it out there, we realize that's not what they want at all, which is why we want to test it ahead of time, but that's a video for another day. As somebody who has had a 6-figure launch and also launches that flopped, I can tell you that it's not always going to work the first time, which is why I think it's best to start with AI. Start with sales page from AI, start with emails from AI, and then tweak from there. See what your audience is interested in, see what makes them take action, and then if you want to hire a copywriter to tweak it, to make it better, amazing. But we really want to test the concept first before spending all that money on a copywriter. So here's how you're going to use AI to write your sales page. First, you're going to tell AI, ChatGPT or Claude, who your audience is. Then you're going to tell it what problem you want to solve for them with this particular offer. And you're going to ask them, is this a problem you would assume this audience wants solved? Now there's 2 kinds of problems. Problems your audience wants solved and problems your audience needs solved. If they are the same problem, amazing. But sometimes they're not. It's like mindset. A lot of times people need mindset help to get to the next level, but they don't necessarily want it. They think they need this thing first or that thing first, or they need to make this new hire first. But the truth of it is sometimes they have to work on what's inside here before they can actually move forward. But usually in that situation, you think, I'll do that later. So that's the difference between the want and the need. So we want to think, is this something they want? And ideally, if it's something they need to, amazing. So first you're going to have ChatGPT analyze your offer idea with your audience. If it gives you the go ahead, awesome, let's go to the next step. Now we're going to say, I want you to think of all the reasons somebody would buy this, specifically someone from my audience, and any objections they would have. What is it that might stop them from saying yes to this offer? Once we have a clear picture of that, then it's time to start writing the actual copy. Now, the more information you can give ChatGPT or Claude about who your audience is, the better. You can also have it come up with an audience document for you that goes more in depth. But we want to think of your audience beyond just the, oh, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm burned out. We want to go beyond just that, because that's something they've heard again and again and again. We really want to speak to them at that human level. We want them to feel connected. We want them to feel like you see their problem, you understand how frustrating it is, and you have a solution that can actually help them. Then you're going to have it write sales copy. Now, I like to say write sales copy using popular frameworks for 2024 for sales copy, or 2025 whenever you're watching this. What you're looking for specifically is, does each section have a hook? Does each section speak specifically to your audience, the problem they have, the aspirations they have, and how this offer helps with both of those? After it's written the copy for you, you're going to ask it to review the copy, so that not only do you have copy written, but you also have copy reviewed also. Now, I usually spend a lot of time on this first piece of content when I'm using AI. So I'll give it a lot of feedback, I'll go back and forth with it a lot, I'll say, I like this because, I'll tell it why I like it, or I don't like this because, and tell it why I don't like it. It's really, really important that you're really clear on what you do and don't like, and if you can give examples of what you want instead, even better. better. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the perfect prompt. You can even just brain dump your thoughts on it. It's basically the same thing you would do with a copywriter or with a human team of when you say, I like this, I don't like this. You can't expect AI to just read your mind, at least not yet, just kidding. But seriously, you can't expect it to just read your mind. You want to be really clear and explicit about what you like and don't like. Once you have the sales copy, the emails are going to be so much easier to write. For the emails, you're going to have it address one micro angle. So that's like one main focus, one reason that people would buy, and one objection. So one reason people would buy, one reason they wouldn't buy, and why they should still buy it. Something to bust that objection. Maybe it's a bonus. Maybe it's just you saying, hey, there's a payment plan too, or whatever objection they have. So one micro angle, one objection, and then that's for 8 emails. If you're doing a 5 to 6 day launch, if you're doing a 3 or 4 day launch, then usually that's 4 or 5 emails. And then upsell copy too. So that is something additional that they can buy. You may be thinking, I don't really know what upsells that I have that I could add in here. So of course, we're going to go back to ChatGPT and say, hey, I want you to help me come up with some upsell ideas that are going to be perfect for this audience and make sense as that next offer after the main offer. It's going to give you some ideas, and it'll even help you create it as well if you already know what you want. Next, we're going to use AI for lead magnets. This is opt-in pages. It can also be helping you create the actual lead magnet. That could be a checklist. It could be a video script. It could be templates. You can have ChatGPT help you with all of those things. Now, when we're looking at the opt-in page, we're pretty much going to do the same thing we said with the sales page, except this time, instead of selling something, you're just getting them to opt in, to sign up for your email list. Next is using AI to create content for your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the other kinds of content that you can possibly create. And the best way to do that is to ask ChatGPT to come up with topics, 20 to 50 topics that your audience would need to hear about or want to hear about to go from just finding out about you or wherever they are in that value ladder to buying from you for this particular offer if you're doing a launch or a sales page. Once you have the topic ideas, you're going to say which one you want to start with. Let's say you want to start with number 4. Then you're going to have it come up with an outline. You'll record your thoughts on the entire outline and then put the transcript in. From there, you can say, using the transcript, I want you to create a Facebook post or an email or an Instagram post, whatever platform your audience is on. And once you've done all that, then you can go back and ask ChatGPT to refine your sales pages, your opt-in pages, your emails. Ask it to review all of those and see if there's anything that you can do to improve. Not only can you do it before you launch, have it improve it then, but you can also do it after you launch too. Have it look for the patterns. What's the conversion rate on your sales page and where do people drop off? If you have a heat map of your sales page, you can say, oh, okay, in this third section, that's really where people drop off. So then you copy and paste that content from that section, put it into ChatGPT and have it analyze. Why does it think that people dropped off there? And what can you do to change it so that you don't have that drop off anymore? Next, you can use AI to do SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what are the strengths of your business? You're going to tell it about your business, about the offers you have, about who's in your business, if you're doing everything yourself or if you have a team, if everything is forward-facing, like you are the face of the company, or if you have other people that are also the face, or it's more of a brand. What are the weaknesses there? What are the opportunities for growth? And what are the things that could potentially be a threat to your business? It could not only hurt your business, hurt your reputation, something along those lines. So let's say you have an agency, for example. You can say, here's our process, here's our SOPs, here's how we do this thing. What are the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats? It might say, if you're the only one in the agency right now that talks to clients, it might say, well, if you get sick, who's going to talk to the clients? Who's going to make those sales? So it might identify some of those things that you want to work on. The best part about this is that if you're doing it yourself on your own, you're looking at your business through a certain lens. You're so close to your business that sometimes it's hard to see the full picture. By stepping back and using ChatGPT or Claude help you to look at it in a different way, it's easier to get a full objective view of what your business is and isn't doing that could be helping or hurting. And finally, how can you solve any problem in your business with AI? Tell it what your problem is and ask it to help you solve the problem. Easy as that. One of the best things that I use AI for is anytime I'm stuck on any problem. It might be a problem like this is a really silly one, but I have a jar of pickles that are too stuck. I cannot, for the life of me, get it unstuck, and I really want to eat them. Like, that's a really ridiculous example. But let's say it's that. I can put into ChatGPT, here's my problem. How can I solve this problem? Here's what I've tried already. And it's going to give me some other ideas, like tapping it with a knife or putting it under cold water. I don't know, whatever the ideas are. Now, that's something for my personal life, but what about for my business? Maybe Maybe I'm working with a client that I love working with, but they just recently brought somebody in. There's a new sheriff in town and they're saying, oh, we're not going to do it this way anymore, even though it's working. So how can I communicate with that person or problem solve with that person in a way that's best for my client? I might feel a little stuck on that, especially if I'm outside of my zone of tolerance. In other words, especially if it's been a long day. Maybe it's been a long day with my family, my kiddo maybe had a rough day and then I had a rough day, or I had a rough sleep, or whatever it is. Maybe it's just that I'm not feeling at the very top level of my game today. ChatGPT can help me see things in a different perspective than I would have otherwise seen it. And so anytime there's a problem, I say, here's a problem, here's what I've tried so far, here's what worked or didn't work, and here's the outcome I want. Once it knows the outcome that I want, it can help me problem solve. So I don't have to feel like I'm figuring out on my own. There are a lot of amazing AI tools out there, and I've talked about mostly ChatGPT and Claude today, which only scratches the surface. There are so many others that you can use, and I've compiled the list of the best AI tools that you can use. These are the ones that are not gonna waste your time, that are not gonna make you spend a ton of money only to realize this is not what I want. I've done all that for you so that you don't have to do that. And so click the link that comes with this video and you're going to get the list of my top AI tools for business marketing so that you can use AI quickly, efficiently, and without spending tons of money on AI tools you don't need. My name is Brittany Long. I'll see you in the next video.